I mean, the complete honesty and uninhibited way in which you describe your life's experiences, what you feel, your little experiences in Turkey when you were just kind of figuring out that you are a gay man and not heterosexual while dating a girl. I mean, I just find that, what does it do to you? You find it liberating? You find weights off your shoulder? Or sometimes do you bear yourself so much to a reader and, so thousands and hundreds of thousands, and I'm guessing millions in your case, of readers, you share so much about yourself. What's the motivation behind that?
Well, two things. One is the desire for the reader to feel in completely safe hands, which is to say that the traveler doesn't know everything. He doesn't profess to know everything, but there should be an element of transparency, a feeling of trust, a sense that this person is going to tell you their experience of travel or of truth or discovery as honestly as they possibly can. And the other side of this, when it comes to sexuality especially, is that sexuality is political. It's political in this country. It's very political in India. And there's a part of me that, like, not out of a sense of social responsibility as such, but I want to kind of send a message to people struggling with sexuality, especially people in India, with this idea of like being closeted, being incomplete, sort of facing the consequences of that, as well as like letting people know that there's like another way that you can be, or there's a path to openness and to a fuller life. And it's probably one of the few aspects of my writing that is kind of overtly, where I'm overtly concerned with an idea of social justice.
I see. And when you said sexuality is very political, both in the country you're in right now and the country where you grew up, that is India. In India, you really think there it can actually influence votes, it can influence how a candidate or party is perceived by voters, and to an extent even change their voting decisions. In India, do you really think it has that? Because, one hears rumors in hushed tones that such and such leader may be gay, so-and-so is having an affair with XYZ. People know, no one says, and no one cares. But yet we are very conservative. But when it comes to political leaders, it's not an issue. So is it political in a different sense here?
Well, it's political in the sense that the minute a court or a government is in the bedroom, it is political. And obviously we know that in India there's been a history of the courts sort of granting freedoms, taking away freedoms. It's been a very, very powerful struggle. I know some of the people who've been part of it, and the fact is that to be gay or it's a minority, mm-hmm. and so obviously you're never going to sway a majoritarian politics. But part of the kind of responsibility of a democracy is that you protect those who don't have a constituency. And I think that there are many people in India who've gone through this kind of roller coaster of feeling like, oh, wow, like a slightly brighter moment is coming into our lives. We can live more openly. We can build lives. I think that's one of the things that's very, very important to me, was that idea that, like, I live here in a world where I almost forget that I represent a kind of minority because it's so assimilated a fact. But even if I was to go to like Ryan's house in Tennessee, that's a different climate. And in India, of course, also a very different climate. And people like who kind of thought it might be getting brighter have been forced back into the shadows, or forced to live in ways where they have to kind of be one way at home and another way in the office or in the society at large. And I think all of those things that like interfere with the kind of moral plane that you want to live on, all of those things are political.